All right, so 8 equals door did pick the map. We are on Towers of Doom. This is going to be a best of 3 pro division. So TNG has first pick, first ban. And you know what? I didn't get a chance to ask you. What is your first ban pick here, Mystic, if you can get it out in time?
First ban. I mean, either like a Nubarak or something if you're going to go for like a more magey comp or Ragnaros or something. But they banned Lost Vikings.
Well, if you were reading chat, there was some chatter about one of the players on 8 equals door being a TLV Abathur player. So maybe they know something we don't. I have not spent a whole lot of time scouting pro division teams, to be honest. So yeah, maybe they know something we don't know about this.
But the interesting TLV ban.
It's pretty quick too. They didn't really waste a whole lot of time thinking about that. They were just like, "Yep, this is what we're banning."
Do you think 8 equals door is like, well, they banned TLV. There goes our game plan.
Anything's possible, actually. You know, discussing it, right? Anything is possible. Yeah. But we'll see, right? We will definitely see what happens here. And a Tassadar ban. They really took their time to think about that one. Okay. All right. Task ban it is. I mean, at this point, if you're TNG, the world is your oyster, so to speak, right? Maybe you were going Tassadar, but more than likely you weren't. And there is the mighty Ragnaros coming out to play.
He did get through the ban, or the ban phase, so it's coming out. Firelord is on the field.
You got to worry about him on this map too, because from the middle tower, he can pretty much reach anywhere. So, yeah.
And that Sulfura Smash does so much damage. Let's see. So you see the Ragnaros. It's a really meta pick. I mean, it made it through the bans, so you're probably going to want to pick some meta picks yourself, like maybe like Malfurion, ETC or something. Or you could even go Malfurion and Nubarak.
Yeah, I kind of like the Malfurion and Nubarak here, especially with Ragnaros there. Like, it's definitely gonna work. Arthas, solid pick
Arthas.
too. Arthas can really tank just about anything.
Abathur coming out.
Arthas, Abathur. All right, so maybe they do know something we don't know.
Do you think picking up Li Ming and a Nubarak would be a bad choice? Because you do take away the Li Ming for the enemy team so they can't pick it for the Abathur clone, right?
Right.
You could also ban it out, I suppose. But
yeah, no, you could. I don't know. I struggle with that, right? Like, do you want to pick up the Li Ming so you have the Li Ming? Do you... There's so many good clone targets now, though. Right? Li Ming's good. Vala's good. Heck, even Tracer's good. Like, there's so many good...
Oh, the Zeratul.
So instead you say, you know what we're going to do? We're going to go Abathur hunting. And Falstad, all right. And there's the solid global pick that, usually you'll see a Falstad on this map. I think in all the games you and I have cast on Towers of Doom, there's almost always been Falstad involved, whether that's in the ban phase or in the pick phase.
Let's see. So you see the Zeratul, you see the Falstad, you see the Ragnaros. So do you ban out some combo pieces here? Because you could ban out the Diablo, which would pair well with the Zeratul Void Prison, or maybe even the Jaina that also pairs well with the Zeratul Void Prison.
I suspect they're not going to go Jaina because they need a frontliner and they still need a healer. I would
Right.
I would lean towards the Diablo. I mean, I was actually going down the path of do you ban Jaina here until I looked closer at their comp and went, wait a minute. They're missing something kind of important. So
Ragnaros tank.
right, but maybe even ETC, because you can totally stage dive or mosh into a VP, and they go the
there's
ETC.
ban.
I actually like that ban. I would rather deal with Diablo APOC than a well-timed stage dive or a perfect mosh coming out of that Void Prison. Void Prison just lends itself so nicely to set up to wombo us as hard as you can that ETC is probably your best bet at that point to eliminate. But knowing TNG, I don't know that ETC would have been the pick they went with anyway. I think they have a plan and they're going with it. The Valyria is an interesting ban. Valyria can't solo any of the three they picked. Maybe they're going medic. I don't know. The Valyria ban is interesting to me. That one's got me a little confused.
Certainly is an interesting ban.
Right.
I wonder what we're going to see here out of 8 equals door.
All right.
Rhaegar, healer pickup.
Normal Rhaegar. Probably a pretty standard melee attacker, too. All right. Greymane. Yep, Greymane can do that. I think they're going to solo tank Arthas, to be honest.
Maybe they banned the Valyria because the Arthas was picked.
Oh, and the slow plus Valyria, like you die while you're stuck within.
Well, Arthas, if you have it up all the time, right? His E now it's now an aura, not a not an ability, right? So that counters Valyria kind of hard. So maybe if they first pick the Arthas, they're like, okay, that can leave us for the Valyria 5th pick, and TNG just took it out, maybe?
Right. Possibly. That's a good point. Dayuni in chat right now calling Hinterlands off of the Void Prison. I think if we can see TNG get out to an early lead, that's definitely a possibility. But I feel like overlooking the escape potential of Gust, because Gust is like got to be hands down one of the best escape mechanisms in the game. All right, Malf and Johanna.
Oh man.
All right. I'm not sure how I feel about this, boys. Johanna's not horrible, but she's not as strong as she used to be.
I kind of like that Johanna pick because if Greymane goes for like any auto attack stuff, then Johanna will just be more resistant to it, which would mean Greymane has to rely more on abilities.
Yeah, that's true. And Illidan.
Oh, whoa. Illidan, straight into the Johanna.
So that's interesting too, right? They banned Tassadar, but Illidan Tass Abathur is like the greatest thing ever. So it's interesting to me that 8 equals door actually kind of crippled themselves a little by not allowing themselves to pick that up. But we'll see. We're gonna jump into the game and we're gonna see how it plays out, because you know the one thing I like about Heroes of the Storm, just because you think you won the draft doesn't mean you won that game. You still gotta beat the other team to getting rid of that that core health, that sweet core health. All right, so for the red team, 8 equals door, we have Edward Torres on the Arthas, Lightsey on the Illidan, Russ DT on the Greymane, Hashi Baba on the Abathur, and Tan Long on the Rhaegar.
And for TNG, we have Stu Manchu on the Johanna, Ataro on Ragnaros, Grim on Falstad, Nailter on Malfurion, and Saray on Zeratul. Sour Ray.
I like what you said. I like Saray personally.
Yeah, Saray.
I think that works. A little bit of chat going on in Twitch chat. I too am surprised that Root's Dream follow up on the VP was allowed to go through. That could be interesting, and we'll have to see what happens. This is going to be a good. I'm looking forward to this match. I can't wait to see what happens here. I want to see what both of these teams can do. With that, I'm going to fix my sound, though, because I can already tell my sound is a little too quiet on stream. Let's try there. That should be better. All right, so Joe going block. That makes sense. Which one is it? Yeah, okay, Vorpal Blade. Bribe stacks on Falstad. I like that. I like Wingman. Wingman's a good talent now. I like how they reworked that.
I'm actually excited. This is like the first game that we cast on this new patch, or at least I've cast.
That you've cast with me, yeah. The match last night was interesting. All right, so already things are starting out a little different. We have a 4-man rush going top, which makes sense if you're ABBA, right? You want to push 4-man top and try and get down this front wall real early. Lightsy taking a ton of damage from the towers, though. Oh, if TNG had been a little quicker, that would have been a dead Illidan right away. However, 8 equals door was able to get that tower down in that top lane. And ABBA's soaking middle lane, so slight XP lead early on for 8 equals door. You know, and I guess one of the advantages you also have with Joe, and we just saw her use it there, Condemn for wave clear is really, really strong, right? Ragnaros
definitely
might be in trouble here.
Yeah, he smells it coming.
So
that's a downside of being half Worgen, and then you also have a half wolf, right? Because the enemies can smell you coming.
Smell you coming from a ways away. So it looks like Joe is going to rotate between lanes possibly. Maybe not. Depends what stays where. Joe going top lane. This could be bad for Arthas. Already getting some damage out from Zeratul on the Arthas. Joe looking to Condemn, and that should be a dead Arthas there after that. Condemn goes off. Yes, indeed. TNG secures that kill. Great timing for them, too. The altars are going to spawn in 20 seconds. If they'd waited maybe another 5-6 seconds, they probably could have for sure secured three altars.
Ragnaros might be in trouble here.
Ragnaros does... Nah, he's going to escape. But what I like about what 8 equals door just did, they already captured the bottom camp. That's something you see more and more pro teams doing at this point, immediately capturing that bottom camp to get that extra pressure on the bottom lane against your opponents. All right, so it looks like we're going to trade 1-for-1 on the top, and the battle's going to be over the bottom lane. However, a lot of body blocking going on down there, and that might be the end of Greymane indeed, and that's going to allow Malfurion to secure that altar. Oh, this is interesting. I'm not sure how I feel about this, Blizzard.
I'm not sure either.
All right, do you see what I see now?
I'm pretty sure I see what you see.
I do not dig the percentage points for the core health.
We can't see exactly what it is.
No. All right, so another kill goes over to TNG with a kill on that Illidan, but I'm still caught up in the fact that now I have percentage markers. Blizzard, I want my tower shots back. Please, Blizzard. All right, so Soak going on in all lanes. Huge wave up top. I don't know if you see that or not, but that is a huge wave of archers up top. And we are going to get Falstad to go clear that up. Rotations are happening around the map. Ooh, that could be another dead Arthas. Oh, good route, but yes. Arthas versus 4 does not usually work, even post 10 when you have Army of the Dead. A lot of mines, though. Abathur really doing a good job putting the mines out everywhere and soaking.
Illidan doing some jungling.
Falstad being stuck in that top lane just having to deal with that. I'm sure he'd like to be moving around and rotating as well, but so we're gonna get like this kind of weird 1-3-1 with just splits happening. Mouth coming up to assist Falstad in the clearing of those lanes. We do have bottom altar spawning now, and it looks like everybody is going to start making their way down there. I don't see any real gank potential here. Dave, caster math is impossible. Ask Dreadnought, he will tell you. You cannot ask me to figure out how many shots are left on that core with a percentage mark now. All right, so the fight
Illidan
over...
going in.
He's going deep, and this may not be good for him. Ooh, but he turns it around and gets a kill on Malfurion. TNG looking to back out now with their healer dead. I don't know if Frag's going to make it. He's taking a ton of damage, and he dies. Joe getting low as well, has to pop her D, and the shots go off for 8 equals door. 80% on both sides of the core. Definitely not digging this change. And Illidan deciding to invade TNG's camp here. Pretty safe maneuver given who's here and who's not, but Greymane getting really low because of that. However, the rest of 8 equals door diving on Johanna, and she is going to be able to escape after popping her D.
Yeah, see, I was thinking about this during draft. I don't know if TNG has enough lockdown to kill the Illidan. I feel like he's going to be a big problem, especially later on in the game.
Maybe they're counting on the Blessed Shield plus Condemn, possibly. But we do have 9 versus 9 coming up right now. Popping talents up for everybody to take a look at. Nothing really going on. This is kind of the phase where everybody just wants to lane and let me get to 10. Both teams are just about even, but Ragnaros took a ton of damage from Illidan. Illidan is going to be able to safely back, even though 4 members of TNG were looking to get a kill on him. And we have an altar spawn, but with Abathur soaking, 8 equals door are easily going to hit 10 before TNG does. And in fact, they do. Illidan going Metamorphosis. Arthas going Army of the Dead. Is that... Oh, Greymane hasn't picked yet. Evolution and Ancestral. I thought that might have been Cursed Bullet, but he still hasn't picked his, right? Yep.
I could see go for the throat here. Yeah, there it is.
Yep, there it is. Good call, good call.
The Abathur clone going straight in.
Taking damage, but who cares? Yeah. Where's the follow-up, though? The follow-up... Oh, nice Ragnaros follow-up. Ooh, and they kill Greymane before Ancestral could trigger. However, 8 equals door did pick off Ragnaros in the meantime. Or, I'm sorry, yeah, Ragnaros, but that's going to be a Rhaegar kill. Everybody's just kind of throwing damage out, and everybody's getting low on both teams. That might be a dead Zeratul here. Nope, Zeratul able to escape.
Just gets out.
Just barely, but a lot of damage on Malfurion, and it's going to cost him his life. Probably Johanna, too. Yes, indeed. And that's going to be, let's call that 3 for 3, I think. Given that, well, I mean, Abathur's clone, does that really count as a kill? You know, so maybe like 2.5 for 3. But this is going to be tower shots going over to 8 equals door again, putting them ahead 10%. And both teams going back to grab as much of the camps as they can. Plus Soak looking to hit that magical level 13. Ooh, and 8 equals door wants this bottom tower. And they're not pretending.
TNG rotating down for this. Malfurion getting caught out a little bit.
Malfurion's in a bad spot here. He is behind the rest of his team on the wrong side of that engagement. And it may cost him his life, yes. But on the... And Zeratul went down on the backside. Ragnaros getting pretty low. Johanna already dead. I would not be surprised to see these boys 8 equals door maybe capitalize on this. But they do lose the Rhaegar, which is going to significantly impact...
The blast.
That blast! Laser beam getting Illidan. But they are going to lose their tower for that. Or their keep, rather. That hinterland was nice, though. It did finish off the Illidan. So we know the damage is there to kill Illidan. The problem is, you know, when you're going that many kills for that many kills, each team has 8 kills. Like, killing Illidan, but everybody else being dead at the end of it isn't really effective use of killing Illidan. Greymane starting this top camp. The boys in TNG recouping their keep. And we have a double altar spawn at the top.
And we see Malfurion taking the Shrink Ray. Once Illidan jumps on him like he always does, the Shrink Ray is going to come out.
Shrink Ray will come out, yeah.
Here comes a fight.
Oh, Malf taking a lot of damage. Shrink Ray not able to save him. VP in the back, but will the follow-up be there? No, the timing was off. Oh. The setup was beautiful. It does look like both teams are going to get a number of kills, but the timing was just off. Just enough to not allow Hinterland plus Sulfurious Smash to get a number of kills. Oh, this might end up being... Are we going to stick at 3 for 3? Well, with Abathur, my count's always going to be off. Alright, but Stu Manchu going to invade and not let Arthas take his own altar. We
Here
do
comes Rag.
Everybody's coming in though. They either have to get it now or they're looking to throw their lives away. So Malf and Zeratul coming in from the far side for TNG. Both teams are now clustering around the single altar that is available. I'm worried though. TNG may be in a choke point here. And this is where I would have liked... Oh, that was a nice Sulfurious Smash landing on Arthas. Yeah, this
or
is...
Malfurion.
This is what I was afraid of. This is where I would have liked to have seen Gust instead of Hinterlands. They're making it work, and they're doing a good job. And the damage is coming out, and Hinterland's Blast has gotten a couple of kills. But if they'd had Gust there, they could have saved Malfurion and probably taken that engage on a much, much preferable battleground, right? So... Yeah. I don't know. I think Gust might have been the right choice there, but one tower for one tower, or one altar for one altar. Both teams are still slugging it out. Approaching 16 now. We are going to have 8 equals door get there a little bit quicker than TNG. Rag just clearing top. Both teams grabbing their own respective bottom lane camps. And Abathur actually doing a pretty good job soaking so far. Oh, that's not what I wanted.
He's laying quite a few mines around here, and he's playing it really safe.
Yeah, no, he absolutely is. He absolutely is. All right, so 16s are available for both teams. Falstad, oh, there he goes. Going Afterburner, which makes sense. And looking at this, Abathur is... Oh, that doesn't have what I want it to have. Never mind. How's Abathur's Soak XP look?
His Soak EXP, it's 14k. It's the highest in the game.
All right, so Abathur is doing his job and keeping his team in this game, for sure. Not that they're not doing a good job in their 4v5 team fights and getting evolutions in, but he's definitely working it out. Oh, that's a nice VP. This could be a lot of damage coming out, but not quite getting the kills. Oh, all right. There we go. We got Greymane down. Greymane for Malfurion so far. And there goes the Falstad. Now with Malfurion down, right? There's no heals coming out on your team. And you have to worry about how long can you stay in this engage. Ragnaros down. I do think Joe's going to go down, but I think we are going to see... Yes, Joe's dead and Zeratul escapes. That's going to be 3 altars over to 8 equals door for 1 kill. Oh, and deciding that they want to... Well, they wanted this tower first. And they're going to get it now. So, yeah, I would not be surprised to see the tower shots be 10 now instead of... Yep. Instead of the 8 that it was... I think with that plus boss, they might be able to win here. If someone wants to math that for me in chat, I think that's actually enough. Well, 25%. You start with 30. That's got to be 6 left on the core, I think. But we have three mercs coming in top camp right now. Illidan grabbed those.
Well, if you start off... Don't you start off with 40 shots? If you start off with 40 shots and you have 25% left, right? You have 10 left.
Well, we'll see. This should be we'll see, because this will go down by 4. We know how many shots this will be on core. I thought it was 30 for some reason. I believe you were correct. And 8 equals door looking to get in engaged there and going in hard and picking off Ragnaros. Even through a Twilight Dream. Of course, Falstad wasn't there for the fight. And now we're going to see 8 equals door do the thing that most teams do when they're in this situation. Rotate around and just continually take towers off of the enemy team. I'm not sure they're going to be able to get this one, though. It looks like TNG is going to mount a pretty strong defense. Arthas getting a little low, but able to pull out. Also, 8 equals door getting pretty close to 20. And this might be the fight right here. Illidan wants this camp for 8 equals door. I kind of like the back out and let him have it and maybe worry about the altar spawn. But nope, they get it. And that's potentially 3 more Sapper minions jumping on that tower. Dave doing the math, doing the hard work for us. Thank you, Dave. Alright, so 2 altars up. Illidan not even playing around. He's like, guys, why are we fronting? So he's gonna grab top altar, Rhaegar's grabbing bottom altar. Oh, that blow up. It might not matter. It does not. That's going to be game 1 going over to 8 equals door.